think like a week ago I put out a poll saying who y'all want me to showcase, and Black Cat won. Second place was Toad. There was like a lot of rallying for Toad in the comments, but Black Cat still won. So here we are. So yeah, this is the Black Cat showcase. She is a really interesting character. I really like her overall, but you're gonna notice something here, and I have to like say in advance. A lot of these fights are just like one-off, and what I mean by that is like it's just one fight in a path and I go to the next path immediately after, and that's simply because her utility is really basic, right? But the piece of utility that it is, it extends to a ton of nodes and like matchups, and what I'm talking about is her defensive ability accuracy reduction. So how it works is that per hit in her combo meter, she has a 1% ability accuracy reduction, and that caps out at 60%. But then you put on the Sabotage from the SP2 or from the Heist Expiring, and that adds another 40%. So when you're like fully ramped up, you have a full 100% ability accuracy reduction, and that's quite insane. Like you can see right here, we're like shutting off the Rest and Ruin node, and we're doing like a ton of damage because when you fail an ability, you pause her bleed debuffs, you pause the Sabotage, and you just pause her cruelties as well. So, like, if you fail a ton of abilities, you just do, like, a ton of damage, and you'll just have, like, full uptime on the Sabotage, and that's really what you want. So, another example here is this Hulkbuster. This is on the Stifle node. So, like, every time you hit him, you get a Stifle, pretty much. You can reduce the chance of it per unique buff, but she doesn't have any buffs, so we have to, like, just play around it. It is annoying at first. Once you get to the SP2, you have the Sabotage, and you don't have to worry about the node anymore. So, like, she's so, like, good when she can fail abilities, just because there's so much damage, the utility is amazing, and, like, that's pretty much it. She's a really basic character, but she's really good at what she does. I feel like she's probably the best champ that reduces defensive ability accuracy, besides Falcon, of course. Falcon is, like, notorious for it. That is his thing. Black Cat, she does, I feel like, have more damage than Falcon overall. Here I messed up. I didn't go for the Sabotage, I went for the Vicious passive, which, by the way, you can choose, like, if you want the Sabotage to reduce the ability accuracy, or if you want the Vicious to gain more bleed damage. In a fight like this, I should have gone for the Sabotage, so I don't have to worry about the Stifles, but he was gone anyway, because look at that damage, man. The damage is so good. But yeah, in, like, fights where you don't have to really worry about like failing abilities, that's where you go for the Vicious just to get more damage overall. But yeah, but like I was saying, Falcon, he does like probably have less damage than Black Cat just because Black Cat's bleeds are massive. Like they are really strong, and they can stay for a very long time if there are like abilities to be failed. But you also like you got to keep in mind that she has a really specific playstyle, and sometimes you just can't do it. Like if there's an evade champ, it's really not safe to just throw a heavy out of nowhere because they're probably going to evade that. You're probably going to get smacked. Like, you have to really watch out for that. But here we go. I dropped the SP2 again here against the Spider-Man. This is a Civil War Zone node, so every time you hit him, he gets an armor up, but we were failing that, so we paused the cruelties, we paused the Sabotage and all that. So it just works perfect for her. And I don't think I show a single fight where I'm not failing an ability because I feel like that's just where you don't use Black Cat. Like, you just do not use her there because she still does have good damage in those fights, but it's not where you're going to use her. It's, like, not her best use at all. It's, like, nowhere close to it because outside of her defensive stuff, she really just has her bleed, to be honest. If I'm being, like, completely honest, she really just has her bleed, you know? She does have, like, access to a cleanse, but that really just cancels out her damage pretty much. But I feel like I'm waffling on too much, so let's just keep commentating about the matchups. Yeah, same node as the Spider-Man. Every time you hit him, he gets an armor up, but we have our defensive ability accuracy reduction to reduce that chance and pause our bleeds and all that, so it just works really well. Most Black Cat fights are the same, except for like when you have to play around like an evade or something, because then you can't do the normal rotation. This right here is what you want to do. You just want to spam heavy in the corner pretty much. Similar to Tiger, I feel like I would bet money that the person who made Tiger also made Black Cat because there are so many similarities. I feel like Black Cat is the simpler version just because you don't have to like do that heavy thing in the corner. You can just like parry and then do a heavy, and that still counts for like the calling card thing. But Obviously, Tiger is better. Tiger's just like insane, but Black Cat, I feel like she is still super, super good. I feel like she's just more niche than Tiger overall. Like, Tiger, her damage is just like broken in every single aspect. But enough about Tiger. This is the Black Cat showcase. But yeah, the damage there was really good at the end. Her damage is good. It is like just straight up good. When it can, like, when abilities can be failed, it is phenomenal. It is like probably one of the best damage outputs in the entire game, especially in long fights. You all know those videos of Black Cat like holding the world record of like a labyrinth solo, just because when you like fail the labyrinth evade, it pauses the bleeds, and you can stack them like to like 20 or 30, and then it like she just solos everything because it's like a 1 minute fight. It is really crazy, like her potential in like Labyrinth and Abyss, but to be honest, Abyss really stops her because there's just too many external nodes, you know, like the power steal from text, or like the mutants having so much like block penetration, or even like the cosmics going unstoppable. All those things stop Black Cat. So this character is like kind of easy to stop, but she still is really good when she has her opportunities, you know, like right here, there is really nothing stopping her from just canceling out the armor ups and just doing a ton of damage. So we're just gonna do that, you know? Like, the sabotage is back on now. I think we do fail his arc over. Well, actually, is this arc overload defensive? I think it is, but we failed it anyway, so I guess it's not. That's pretty cool. Yeah, pretty smooth fight there. That was only like 115. It is crazy to think about, like, that 115 fight that I just did, that is also like her time for Labyrinth, which is pretty crazy to think about. But then again, when you do like the Labyrinth like 1 minute kills, you have like full synergies, like absolutely decked out in synergies. You have like the triple bleed synergy from Nick Fury and like Black Panther and Hawkeye and all that. You also have like the Mr. Fantastic debuff Siphoner as well. You just have like a ton of synergies. But here I'm really just running the long shot synergy, and what that does is it lets you start the 540 combo, right? So that's really good because that's already a 40% defensibility accuracy reduction, just because like that's how she works. Every hit in the combo, you get increased defensibility accuracy reduction. So that's a really good synergy to have if you like need to fail abilities like really fast. Like, most of these fights I feel like would be much harder if I didn't have that synergy like with me. Thankfully, it's with a really good character. It's with Longshot. Y'all already know how good Longshot is. He's like one of the best mystics in the game, man. I can talk about Longshot all day, but I'll try to refrain. Anywho, I'm also running the Nick Fury and Diplo X-Force just because I'm running the half recoil Masteries. I don't know why I'm running half, but, you know, it's fine. I feel like Black Cat, she works with half because she doesn't take any damage when you have the Nick Fury synergy, and she just needs one SB2 pretty much. This fight is a bit of a long one, though, just because it took a bit to get into like their rotation and all that, and he did have like 450,000 health. It was really massive. But yeah, she's doing all right. We're still in it. Now we get a pretty nice SB2, like literally every hit crit there, I believe. That's pretty nuts. We cancel out the auto block, so we pause the bleeds. I think him getting the armor up is defensive as well, so if we cancel that, then we also pause the bleeds. But we also got to keep in mind that the armor ups on this node have increased ability accuracy, so we're not always going to shut it off, is the thing. But we still finished the fight here. It was a bit of a long fight, but we still got it done anyways. Okay, I remember why I added this fight in the showcase. It's because there was a really weird interaction that happened. I really need help explaining it because I do not know what exactly happened near the end. But it's a normal start, you know. This is the Disney and the Mesmerize node. Mesmerize, of course, being one of the worst nodes ever. It's a % chance to like evade the opponent, or to like evade you, and then you get stunned if they evade you. So like it's really annoying. Here I can just do like the regular Black Cats. Actually, no, I can't, because if I just do a heavy like out of nowhere, he can just evade it and stun me. So that's why I don't really like her for evade champs. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I do not like using her for evade champs. To like, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't really feel like the safest thing in the world to play her regularly, like against an evade champ. But here we get the sabotage. Or no, we get the vicious. Okay, I remember why. I messed up. I was like, uh-oh. So I just decided to just like go ham. I was like, if I get evaded, it's fine. But there, look, I got evaded. I didn't get stunned. Is like the stun a defensive thing or what? I just don't know. I don't know, like, why that happened. And also, her sig ability, I forgot about that. Pretty clutch, to be honest. If you're like dashing in and they like try to hit you or throw a special attack at you, she has a really high chance to evade it. I think at max sig it's a full 100% chance to evade it, which is pretty major. That is a really good safety net, especially because she's a really squishy character overall. Like, that's another con that I have. If you can't like do your regular like Black Cat cycle, you have to take a lot of block damage. And she really can't afford to do that, to be honest. Okay, to be honest, I feel like I'm critiquing her way too much. I think she's a great character. I need to make that I need to make that clear. I think she's a fantastic character. She does have her flaws, as does literally every champion in the game that isn't named Hercules, but like, she's still a really good character despite like her flaws. Her flaws aren't even that bad, to be honest. She's niche, right? She is niche. That's like, I think she's niche, but she's good at what she does. She's really good. There are some niche champs that just like suck at what they do, but that's not Black Cat. Here I'm just showing you that like, this is a Do You Bleed node. Of course she can take this. It's Do You Bleed. She is a bleed character. She has one of the strongest bleeds in the game. And yeah, this does have like enhanced bleeds pretty much because it has like increased diva potency because of Paradox. But still, even if it didn't have that, she would be just fine with taking this. And man, that damage is really nice. Okay. But yeah, really clean fight there. To end off the showcase, I thought I would show some boss action in 7.1.6. This is the Spider Witch. Pretty annoying champ. She has evade, she has a chance to place debuffs on you, and she has inverted controls on her special attacks. So yeah, pretty annoying combination, to be honest. Yeah, I like putting bosses at the end of the showcases now, just because I feel like it's a good way to end it off. Like, in a bigger showcase, of course, I will do more bosses, like, near the end. Okay, well, I guess this is a pretty big showcase, because, like, y'all voted for it. Okay, that's my bad, but next time, trust me, next time I'll put more bosses. But yeah, this is a really good one, because she has a chance to evade, she has a chance to place debuffs. Black Cat, she fails that, so, like, okay, that rhymed, first of all. That's pretty nice. Okay, but anyways, yeah, it's just a really good fight for Black Cat. Here I get the calling card on myself, then I switch it back to Spider Witch, and now it's just showtime. We're filling the abilities a ton. Yeah, this is what you want. This is like the peak of Black Cat, pretty much. And now I just hit into her, keep pausing the debuffs, and yeah, man, it's so smooth. Her gameplay is so... Okay, that was a lot of damage. See, that she's not the like tankiest champion, that's for sure, but she's still so good at what she does. Like, this damage is incredible. Like, she's failing literally everything. Like, Spider Witch cannot do anything at all, and the bleed damage is just so good. And yeah, that wraps that up. Incredible matchup, incredible time. I feel like that was the absolute perfect way to end off that showcase. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on Black Cat. I personally love her. I think she's a fantastic character. I do have a 6-star, so I'm like really tempted to rank 3 her now. So let me know if you want to see some rank 3 gameplay. I'll find some more paths, some more bosses to do. And yeah, that's going to be it for me.